Hello everybody, I'm Loquid and welcome to a brand new Let's Play that I'm starting called PlanetBase. PlanetBase is a base builder, obviously by the name there. It is made by a company called Madruga Works. You can get to their site directly at planetbase.com.madrugaworks.com. I'm sure madrugaworks.com would also work, and you could get to PlanetBase from there. Quite possibly. Don't quote me on that one. It is currently a Steam title. I'm not sure off the top of my head how much it is, but it's not too expensive. Probably no more than, I don't know, maybe $20 or $30, something to that effect at present. And I'm sure you can find it on sale from time to time, just like most other games on Steam. I have played this game all of 2 hours, so I'm familiar with the basic gameplay mechanics, but I am by no stretch of the imagination a pro at this game, nor have I mastered it. So, you're here for the journey of me learning how to play this game effectively. Alright, now let's jump right into a new game. And yes, we are going to do the tutorials just for this Let's Play. This first episode is going to be the tutorial only, unless it's like way short, like 10 minutes or something to that effect. I can't remember how long it was. But if it's longer than 20 minutes or so, I will do a new episode starting the actual Let's Play, and that will be episode 2. So every planet that you start on, every new game, your little colonists and stuff like that have to march off. You cannot skip this, which I absolutely hate. Yes, I know my people. I know what's going on. Just let me play. So, welcome to PlanetBase. In PlanetBase, you cannot move this around. It's locked in position. You can't move the camera. That could also just be the tutorial. You control a group of human pioneers in the not-so-distant future trying to establish an outpost on a remote planet. Now, judging by the fact that we've only got, like, what, 2 planets, planetoids that we can, in, quote, near-Earth orbit that we can colonize, which would be Mars and the Moon. This is either going to be on the Mars, because, it's red, or on the Moon, or possibly even on, like, Saturn or something to that effect. I believe Titan is the Earth-size moon around Saturn. So there's a little bit of reality in that, but I'd like to think that it's much further in the future, like, at least 100 years, because we don't even have interstellar travel yet. And realistically, human pioneers in the not-so-distant future, that's going to be, going to Alpha Centauri or some of those other near-Earth solar systems that are, 5, 10, 20 light years away. So that's the point. And that is where we're going with this. First thing is to learn the basic camera controls. Yeah, pan, WASD, rotate camera Q and E. Now, one thing that I absolutely despise about this game is I cannot remap those controls. I am an absolute WASD hater, and I use ESDF simply because of the home row. The home row indicator there, I don't have to look at the controls, I just, bam, I know where it's at because I'm a speedy little touch typist, and that's how I prefer to do it. You can check the full camera controls in the Help menu. Structures, this button right up here in the top left. The top priority after landing is to build some basic structures to keep your people alive. You can build structures using the main menu situated on the top left of the screen. Most structures require metal and bioplastics to be built. You have a limited supply of these on the colony ship. Oh, excuse me, you should be extremely careful when spending it. First thing is to build an oxygen generator so your colonists can breathe when the oxygen in space unit suits run out. Now, the game is timed. There is a life cycle or a day cycle. And one thing to remember is during this tutorial, you cannot change the size or location of your structures. Now, before this popped up, I clicked on the little shuttle here. That tells you at a brief glance. Let me move my camera here so you can actually see what's going on. This shows you your current inventory in your ship. Now, you can dismantle the ship, although I don't think in the tutorial you're allowed to right away. The oxygen generator requires power to operate. Power can be generated with a solar panel. So let's put us up a solar panel. And you can resize these, make them bigger or smaller. There's 3 sizes. However, being the tutorial, I can only build the minimum size. Now the solar panel is placed, you need to connect it to the oxygen generator. Connecting structures allows them to share power and water. In the case of interior structures, allows colonists to walk between them. To connect 2 structures, you will need to click on one of them, then click on the other. If a connection is possible, a connection button will appear. So if I click on this guy here, and I click on that guy there, you get your connector. You just click it, runs a cable, and you're done. Now, if you click on an object that is in the process of being built, it will tell you how many resources it needs and how much is pending. So that requires 1 steel, this requires 2 steel. So you put it down, it showed 1. Oxygen generator is built, waiting for construction. You can increase the game speed with the plus key and minus key. There we go, build it, done. Solar panel is built, yay! Now they gotta wait for this to be built. Alright, our next tutorial hub should pop up any moment. There we go. Note that you will only be able to place new structures in such a way that they can be connected to existing ones. Potential connections are indicated by a green line. The oxygen generator also needs a water supply to function, so you will need to build a water extractor. Water and power generation structures don't need to be directly connected to the destination structure. They just need to be part of the same connection grid. Okay, so let's build us a water. There we go. So you see that green line. What it was meaning about it will show the connection possibilities is that if I was in free play mode, I can't pause it, and I was trying to put it here, it wouldn't show up. But the moment I move within range, now it's not showing it obviously because I'm in tutorial mode, but anywhere around here it would show that green line. Now we need to connect that. There we go. Rotate back around. Now you should build an airlock so your colonists can get inside the base. Again, there's the airlock. It will only let me put it in one place. Connect it. Now once your colonies get larger, you know, like say spanning out to here, you're going to need, and actually probably even here, you're going to need more than 1 airlock, more than 1 oxygen generator, more than 1 water generator, and obviously a immensely large amount of power generation. Now can I pause? I can hit escape, but there is no actual pause button right now. Now you can see up here, the status bar, I've got a cycle, which shows me my resources at a glance, and then my basic colony statistics. I have 7 colonists, 2 robots. It is hour 8 during the day, and the wind is strength of 12 meters per second. So it's kind of going quick. And it's telling me to adjust the speed. You can only go up to 4x, down to 1x. The airlock is slow to use. Later on you might want to build more. Yeah, I just covered that. Also, you've got the little pop-ups down here that tell you what's going on, and if you click them, it will zoom to wherever it's happening. So if your base gets really big, and you don't know where you built something or you can't find it, you can just click that button and it'll take you right to it. So your colony ship contains some food supplies, and you can get water from the water extractor. You can now build a canteen so your colonists can eat and drink. Now I cannot, I see, the recycle button is grayed out. I can't do that. So it wants me to build a canteen. Let's build the canteen where it tells me to build the canteen. Now, it should be noted that I can use the mouse by holding the middle mouse button to scroll left and right, and it does have edge scroll as also. It's not scrolling left because I have an extended display over there. Let's speed up time a little bit, get that built. You can see our colonists using the airlock there, robots. Kind of neat. You can even turn the domes off. However, it doesn't do anything for the airlock. Alright, so our people are now inside. We now have our cantina built. Note that interior structures always need to be connected to at least one other interior structure, so colonists can move between them. It should also be noted that not all structures can have multiple connections, such as I believe the med bay and the bedroom unit. I'm not sure what it's called off the top of my head. Those can only have one connection, so they are dead ends. Some structures can have components placed in them. These provide additional functionality. You should now build some components in the canteen: a table, drinking fountain, and a video screen. To build components, click here, and then it pops that, and then you can build. Now you have a small table and a large table, and the large tables you can only place in one position. Water fountains you can place in multiple positions. Put that there. The television we will put right in front of that. Your colonists will now use the canteen components when they need to eat and drink. Sometimes you might want to have a closer look at what's going on inside your base. Show tips, menu button, tab key to show hide the roofs of buildings. Yeah, we already covered that. When the tops are displayed, you can select components or colonists inside the base and see their status. The next structure to build is the dorm, so your colonists can sleep. Some structures like the dorm are dead ends. I already covered that. They can also only be connected to one other structure. You should probably take this into account when designing your base. So I can click on this guy here, Edgardo Miles. He's an engineer, he's healthy, he's pretty full, he's pretty well hydrated, he's got plenty of oxygen, he's mostly awake, and he's pretty happy. Alright, so it wants us to build a dormitory. Alright, let's build the dormitory. My hairband just broke. Oh well, don't know where it went. Alright, let's speed it up. Now, one reason I want to disassemble this, and that can be a tactical advantage or not, depending on your play style. Because when you dismantle this, all the parts just kind of plop on the ground. Now they will degrade over time, so there is an advantage to keeping it in the colony ship, but at the same time you see the colonists have to go up and down and up and down to get the supplies. But if they're just on the ground, they walk up to it, pick it up like they're doing here, dropping it off, and they just walk up to it, pick it up, and they're done. So there is that. It's a bit quicker. Alright, get that built, Mr. Worker Droid. The dormitory has been built. Now, let's build us some bunkie beds. What? Just one? That's it? That's all I can do? No, I want more! Waiting for construction. I can't zoom in, I can't zoom out, I can't even move right now. So I do like the tutorial on this. It teaches you things that you need to know, but at the same time, it's more than hand-holding. It's like it's locked your hands in front of you saying, here, this is what you do, this is all you can do this, because this is all I want you to do. So keep that in mind if you're playing through the tutorial yourself. Structures require varying amounts of power to function. At any given time, if the base requires more power than produced by the generators, structures will shut down, which could easily have fatal consequences. Solar panels only work during the day, so if you tend to survive the night, you will need to build some wind turbines that can produce power all day and power collectors that can store power for later use. Most structures can be built in different sizes. Larger structures require more resources but provide additional space and functionality. So let's build us. See, it's wanting me to build a larger size. There is one larger than that, though. Alright, let's get that built. And then it wants me to build a a battery, basically. And I can link those up. Multiple points of failure because there are, I will just say for now, natural disasters that happen. If you haven't seen that yet on somebody else's playthrough, I'm sure you can go look at somebody else's playthrough. Now, you should note that during this tutorial, the time is locked. See, it's been day 0, hour 8 for the entire time we've been playing this. The wind goes up and down, however the hour time of day does not. And the moment this is connected to one or the other, it will start powering up and filling up. And you've got your capacity down here, your condition. Power management is a critical part of running your base. You will typically need a combination of several solar panels, wind turbines, and power collectors to ensure there is a constant flow of electricity. One of the main challenges you will face will be to maintain a constant supply of food for your colonists. Food is usually grown in vegetable pads in the biodome and then processed in the meal maker in the canteen. So now it wants me to put a meal maker anywhere. So this is one of the few things that I can do. Now, can I move this? I cannot move that. I should have put that in the corner. Yeah, we'll put it there. And once again, my camera is locked. So let's speed it up. Speed it up to get her done. Alright. Oh, that's why it was locked, is because I was within that. Duh. Alright, so we want a biodome. And the biodome can get bigger. Has 3 sizes. Let's link this up. Then it wants us to build tomato, onion, and wait for everything to be built. So can I build more beds yet? No, I cannot. Oh, the hand holding and stuff. Can I link that up? Yes, I can. So I could link that up if I wanted to. Can I link that up? No, I cannot. Can I link that up? No, I cannot. Now, the airlocks are another structure that are dead ends. However, since you can get outside, they're not technically a dead end. We've got the news station going on there. Biodome has been built. Alright, so now it wants us to place a tomato pad. And it should be noted that the small ones here can only do for pads, but the largest one can fit 12, I believe it is, because it can put 3 per little grid. So if you have the resources, it really does pay off to put the large structures down. Alright, components have been built. Note that vegetable pads need to be maintained by botanists. If not, they will decay and eventually stop producing. Most structures, include the colony ship, can be recycled to get resources back from them. So let's recycle the colony ship now. So you see all of our resources in there, all that metal, bioplastic, food, spare parts, and medical supplies. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. We'll just plop onto the ground. Note that you will only be able to recycle structures if this doesn't isolate any one of the existing ones. In order to survive in the medium term, you will need to produce more resources so you can build even more advanced structures. You can mine ore. You can build a mine and get ore from it. Mines have to be built at the base of a mountain, and they need another structure nearby to be connected to. So, like I was saying, you can see all the supplies just laying on the ground there. However, they will decay over time. However, not in the tutorial. So let's build our mine now. Again, hands are tied. Otherwise, I would probably put it somewhere else. The processing plant is the structure where raw materials are processed into refined resources. The metal processor component can generate metal from ore, which is the blue resource right here. So processing plant, where does it want that? It wants it right there. Now as you can see, I cannot connect the bedroom to the processing plant, but I can connect that one. And I'm assuming the reason why is because that would actually limit the amount of beds you can put in there, and it's a capacity thing. If you limit, if you've got a connection on all 4 sides like you can possibly have, you limit the amount of beds that you can have. we're actually getting kind of ahead of ourselves because they have to build this and that. Speed it up. Now, once the mine has been built, your workers, like these guys here, they will automatically go in there to mine it. And you can upgrade the priority to make sure that they work on that stuff. Alright, do we have... Okay, so there's a biologist. Now, the onion pads and the tomato pads both produce 3 food. However, there are different types of plant pads, which I can't show you at the moment. But they produce other things. Like you can get biopolymers, I think, which turn into bioplastics. Now you can see here that it's red and the O2 bar is slowly filling up. So they need a certain amount of oxygen to survive. And I think it's like 18%. So once it gets to 18, they will actually start populating that area. So it wants us to put down a metal processing unit. So let's put that down. And this is also where you put your bioplastic processors in. Alright, let's speed time back up. Get her done. And you can see there just how much quicker it is for them to actually just grab the materials laying off the ground. They don't have to crawl up the steps of the shuttle and figure out what they're looking for and so forth and so on. You can just walk right to it, grab it, and be gone. Now your workers will start going to the mine to extract ore. They will then take the ore to the metal processor and convert it into metal. Later on, you will be able to use bots to perform some of these tasks. The other construction resource is bioplastic. Bioplastic is produced from starch in this bioplastic processor. Okay, so it's not biopolymers, it's starch. My bad. Starch is produced from some vegetables in the biodome, like rice and wheat. Not all vegetables are starchy, and the ones that are produce less food. So it wants a bioprocessor. And it wants wheat. Just one. So you've got the starchy ones up here that produce your starch. The regular ones down here produce just food, and then these are like genetically modified stuff. I guess they produce more food. Oak trees, pine trees, medicinal plants, which you use to make medicine. Yeah, tell me to speed up again. Shut up. I go at my own rate. So our power collector obviously is full because we're still only on hour 8. I wish the regular game went this slow at times. Alright, bioplastic processor's built. The rice pad is built. Colonists and carrier bots will take the right resources to the required components so that they can produce. You can control production by disabling components or by lowering the priority of a particular structure. Solar panels and wind turbines need to be maintained periodically with spares. If you fail to do this, they will stop functioning. Spares are produced in the spares factory component in the factory structure. This tutorial has so far been forcing you to place structures at predetermined locations, but from now on you will be free to place them wherever you wish. So now we can place the factory, and we can put that wherever we want. So you can see the range of selection that I have to place this actual structure wherever I want to. But since this is here, we probably want to put it, okay, that's as big as it can get, so let's put it right there. We'll connect it there. Actually, yeah, that's where I wanted it. I'm just trying to think. Thinking out loud. Because there is a storage system that you can get later. Oh, that's the wrong button. Domes. Yeah. Alright, speed it up. Wow, we still got 28 metal. That's a decent amount. Now, one thing I wish that you could do in this game, and possibly even unlock through like a technology thing later on, is the ability to move a structure or enlarge a structure without demolishing it completely. Because they're modular. They're modular. You know, I mean, you disconnect the airlock, you put it on air balloon pads or something, and you push it where you want to go, you deflate them, it sets down, you reconnect your airlock, and you're done. Alright, we want a spares workshop. Now these we can place multiples on here, I think. But it won't let us. Because it's the tutorial, that's why. Alright, he was... what is that guy? He's an engineer, so... anybody can haul. That is something that should be noted. So your medics can haul resources from the mine to your storage facility, or from your storage facility to your manufacturing. God, I hope that didn't come across. Creative Cloud wants an update. And I hope that didn't kill the recording. So anybody can haul. However, only engineers and constructor bots, I believe, can construct things. So every base has to have some basic sick bay. Yeah, so now it's time for the sick bay. Where do we want to put the sick bay? And again, you can make the sick bay larger or smaller depending on what you need. We are going to put the sick bay right there. There we go. All right, our metal smelter thing, metal processor is working. Now you can see that in its storage here, it has one ore, and it takes one person to make metal. So as they mine the ore up out of the planet, they will bring it to either the storehouse, which we haven't built yet, or to the processor, same with the bioplast, and they will load up to 3 units of said material into there. Once it's done being produced, the icon will change to metal, and the metal will stay in the metal processor. However, once it's needed, somebody will come and get it. That is if you don't have a storehouse. If you have a storehouse and you have free room in the storehouse, somebody will come get it out of the processor and put it into the storehouse. So if you don't have a storehouse and you can't find your metal anywhere, and you know you have some, look in your metal processor. Same with your bioplastics. And in this case, the spares. So what is this guy here? Yes, engineers do the building. I was correct. Yay! Dude, come on. The stuff's right here. Okay, so you see the little... This is the hauler bot? Okay, yeah, hauler bot. His condition is poor right now. So eventually it will get so low that he will actually break down. And it, like he just did. Perfect timing. An engineer will have to go over, pick up a spare part. Like I believe he's actually going to do right now. Yep, going to CR1. And he will repair the robot. Okay, so maybe he doesn't take spares, but he's being maintained. So keep that in mind. If your robots, you know you've got robots, and they are not doing their job, go look for them. They might be broke down somewhere. And once he's completely repaired, not partially, but 100%, he will automatically start back up and go back to doing whatever he needs to do. So, like, he's a carrier bot. This guy's a construction bot. He's about to break down. So he probably won't even get indoors. Nope. See, he broke down right there. And he is probably not going to go automatically. Oh, he will. Cool. Good for him. There is a little bit of AI to the eye. Speed up time a little bit again. Alright, so you can see our engineer here is working on the bioplast. Alright, and you just saw the starch turn into a bioplastic and it's staying in there. Metal's not done yet, but the bioplastic is. So that carrier bot just put another piece of metal in there. But they haven't taken that out yet because there's A, no use for it, or B, no place to store it. Make sure to keep your colonists' health levels monitored at all times. Injured colonists will not work, but will still consume resources from the colony. That's also very important because if you don't have a medic and your colonists start getting injured, you're pretty much shit out of luck. You only have a limited amount of medical supplies in your colony ship, so you'll need to produce more at some time. A medic can create medical supplies from bioplastic and medicinal parts grown in the biodome and a workshop in the lab. So it's wanting us to build a medicinal plant. There we go. And we want to place a lab. So let's put the lab. Okay, so you see how I can't connect to the medical bay there? The medical bay is a dead end. The lab, however, is not. But we want to put the lab right here. So there's that. Yeah, we want the lab right there for now. Can't connect that far. But eventually I'm going to be putting, hopefully, the storage facility right about in here, and this will connect up to that, and hopefully that as well. Is time actually flowing yet? No, it's not. Because we're not done with the tutorial yet. It's actually taking longer than I thought it would. Speed time up. Again. Speed time up again. Now, a storage facility it's a double-edged sword. Because yes, it keeps all your resources from deteriorating. As you can see here, the health bar for it is not completely full. But at the same time, when colonists are building things like this, if I had a storage facility right here, and I wanted to build something right here, and it was connected here, they would have to walk through the biodome, through the cantina, through the oxygen generator, and through the airlock, and then back all the way over here just to pull the resources over to where they needed to be. So research bench, let's build that. Speed time up again. But on the flip side, on the inside, it's much faster than having the materials outside because, well, they don't have to go through the airlock to get the supplies. So it's kind of there's a lot of aspects to this game that have, pros and cons. Once you have enough resources to keep everything alive, you can build a landing pad to allow more colonists in, and it's going to want us to build that landing pad now. So I want the landing pad right here, right there, right close to the airlock. Alright, speed it up again. How many materials we got? We still got 18 metal, and we are constantly going down. So as you can see, that takes starch, or medicinal plants and bioplastics and a medic to make medical supplies. Yay, landing pad was built. Okay, now where... Note that new colonists will only arrive if the base is well run. You now know the basics and can start building your own colony. Good luck. And it will also give you the option to continue playing. Oh, okay, I thought it... Oh, well. I thought it gave you the option to continue playing on that one. So that's going to be it for this episode, the tutorial, as such as it was. I hope you learned something. I did, I think. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you like this and you want to see more of this, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And what do you think of PlanetBase? Do you like PlanetBase? Do you want to see more of it? I am going to be doing, at least one planet, because when you go new game, you have 3 planets to choose from, but you have to unlock them. I will be doing the Class D at a minimum, and if you guys, the few people that watch these videos, if you do like it, I might just continue the series on for a little while. So until next time, folks, y'all have a wonderful day. Peace out.